Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I want to talk about some tips that you can use if you are trying to save. Now I know sometimes it can be challenging. You know, you're saving for a new home, you may be saving for a new car, you have some goal that you'd like to achieve, but you're looking at your income, you're looking at the paycheck, and it's just not maxing out. I'm going to share with you some key tips that I have used in the past and I still use today, and they are successful. They help me to be successful at saving and achieving my goals. So the first tip that I want to talk to you about is paying yourself first. Now we hear this all the time, pay yourself first. Now really, what does it mean to pay yourself first? It means that when you get your salary, or if you're running a business and you have taken out the profit, before you pay any bills, before you do anything at all, you take out a part of that money for yourself, for your savings and your investment. It doesn't matter how small it is, every mickle make a muckle. Take a part of that money and put it aside towards your goal. Now, one thing you can do when you're saving is the concept of eating your cupboards dry. Now, what do I mean by that? The next time before you go to the supermarket, check your cupboards, check your fridge, see what you have left in terms of grocery, and then determine, can I use these things to make an actual meal? All right? It may be an interesting meal. You may have to get a little bit creative, but believe me, it is best to finish what you have at home in terms of groceries before you go out there and start shopping for new groceries. That is something I did when I was saving for my deposit. I made sure that my cupboards were empty before I went to the supermarket. Now, one thing, if you are trying to save, you shouldn't have brand loyalty, especially when it comes to grocery shopping. Now, I had to do that, and first it was a difficult shift, you know, because in my mind I was like, oh my God, I always eat this brand or that brand, and you know, that is what I love. But then I thought of the big picture. The big picture is that I wanted to accumulate the down payment for my home. And so having that as a motivation, I was like, I'm gonna go to the supermarket and I don't care which brand it is. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, guys, when you look at the products that you buy from the supermarket, you recognize that a lot of them aren't even made in your country. They're imported. And one of the things is that some of these companies, what they don't want you to know is that they're all using the same manufacturing company to produce the product. So let's think about a product like sweet corn in a tin. Sweet corn may be created by the same company, and the only thing that is different is actually adding the brand label. So you think you're getting a superior product because you're buying from company A, but actually you're not. It's the same exact product. Another tip, control your bills or get rid of some bills. All right, what I did again when I was saving for the deposit for my home, I cut cable. One of the things I found with cable is that you are watching the same thing over and over, the same programming, the same shows, it didn't change. And then I was paying so much money for cable, and I was like, this isn't worth it. So of course, instead of paying for cable, I got rid of it, and I still don't have it to this day. I don't have cable. I have the internet, of course, and I just got Netflix, and I have not regretted it since. The truth of the matter is, most people these days aren't even sitting down and watching TV. I have a teenage daughter, she's always on her phone. I actually gave her a television in her room and she asked me to take it out. So to be honest, it doesn't change the price of rice. to continue to have cable, pay these exorbitant amount of fees that is standing between you and your goals. Now, would you rather have cable, or would you rather have that dream home, the dream car, or having money in your investments, or paying for your education, or starting a business? Cable or your dream? I pick the dream. Another tip I have for you is, if you're trying to save, stay home. Stand at your yard. Living in Jamaica, you go on the road. When you go on the road with $1,000, once you buy something out of that $1,000, it is done. It is over with. So if you can stay home as much as possible, that keeps money in your pocket. Because one, it removes you from temptation that you're not up and about. You say you're gonna win the shop, and before you know it, you're actually buying something. So I encourage you to stay home as much as possible if you're trying to save. Another tip, if you are definitely trying to save money, then you need to cut the eating out. You have to cut out the restaurant thing for a while. And guys, these are tips that you don't have to live like this forever. These are things that you are doing to make your dream happen, right? So you don't have to not eat out for the rest of your life. But what I'll say is that sometimes when you go out to eat at restaurants, the money that you spend for one meal or two meals could potentially, if you were supposed to take that and buy groceries, could potentially feed you for 3 or 4 meals. So think about that, right? Do I want to have this $5,000 stretch so that I can pay for 4 meals or 5 meals for the week, or do I want to blow that in one meal? Especially if you're really trying to achieve your goal. Another tip for you: learn to say no. That's okay. Learn to say no. There is nothing wrong with saying no. If you are on your journey to achieve whatever financial goal it is, and your friend comes to you and say, hey, there's a party happening, there is this event, and you know that if you're going to that event, it's going to cost you a new suit of clothes, it's going to cost you money to buy the tickets, the hairstyle, everything, the transportation, all of those monies together is going to take away from you achieving your goals. Of course, you want to live a little, but I believe there is a time and place for everything. And if you are really serious about achieving your goal, then you have to learn to say no, right? Because believe me, if you don't, what you're gonna do is that, okay, you're saving a little money over here, and then your friend come, oh, let's do this, and you are taking out of that savings, and before you know it, you start feeling discouraged, like, this doesn't even make sense, I'm not going to be able to save anything, I'm trying to save. And then listen, you're going to have those people telling you, YOLO, you only live once, spend the money, have fun. I'm sure you're going to encounter a lot of that, right? But you have to just stay focused and learn to say no. No is the most liberating thing you learn to say. People may be upset, but listen, they'll get over it. It's better me happy than you happy. So when I tell you no, because I know I have my dreams to meet, I'm good with that. Now, my next tip for you is to create a budget. You really should be creating a budget every month. Right? I have another video on this channel that speaks about budget, and I'll put a link so that you can go ahead and take a look at that. Now, why do you need to create a budget every month? Every month is different. Every single month of the year is different, so you need a different budget. Now, what do I mean by that? if it's back to school and if you have children, your budget would need to accommodate for buying books, buying bags, stationery, paying tuition, all of that, right? Now, let's say, for example, it is Christmas time. Of course, your budget will need to change to accommodate festivities if you are going to give persons gifts or you're going to decorate your home, whatever it is. Your budget on a regular month where you have no activities, of course, is going to look different from your budget for back to school, your budget for Christmas, your budget when you have a birthday coming up. So you need to deliberately sit down every single month and make a budget. Now, when you make your budget, you need to tell your money what to do. Have you ever gotten paid and you're like, where did my money go? Where did my money go? I don't remember spending all of my salary. I don't remember paying for this. But that's because you have not made a budget and you are not telling your money what to do. So your money's just going with the wind because you also are moving with the wind. When you don't have a budget, you will have the tendency to overspend and of course to impulse buy, which sometimes can be the worst in terms of stealing your wealth because you are buying on the whim. Oh, I see this dress. Oh, it looks so good. I have to get it. Oh, I see that shoes. It looks so good. I have to get it. Oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever seen. I have to get it. If you have a budget, you don't have to be worried about that because your budget, you will look at it and you should be guided. Okay, this month I say I'm going to spend this amount on clothes. This is what goes to the bills. This is what goes in my savings. This is what goes in my investments, etc. So make sure you're making a budget. So my final tip for you if you're on a budget is learn to mix and match your wardrobe. I mean, yes, we want to go out and we want to look nice, we want to look our best, but we don't want to take away from our savings, right? So learn to be creative, change the top with the bottom, do something different just to achieve your goal. And remember guys, it is only for a short period until you hit that goal. So if today's video was informative for you, if you found tips in this video that you believe you could apply to your own life, then go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know which tip you like the best. And of course, if you have some tips that you want to share with me and share with the community, then of course go ahead and drop that in the comments. So until next time, walk good.